y'all, we're in my kitchen again, and we are going to be making Christmas cookies. Christmas is not that far away, and we're going to have a good time today. Tomorrow we're going to be having a cookie exchange, and I'm going to show you several different recipes today, talk to you about them so that you can get started on your favorite cookies. But we're going to do a lemon thumbprint. Okay, now I made my own curd, my lemon curd, and to make your lemon curd, it takes 4 lemons. 4 lemons squeezed out in a squeezer gives you 1 cup of fresh lemon juice. So it's 4 lemons, 1 1/4 granulated sugar, 3 eggs, 2 egg yolks with it. So it's 3 full eggs and then 2 more, just the yolks, and 1/2 cup butter. That's how we make the lemon curd. If you want to skip this, try to find it at Meijer's or something, but I just made my own. Now the cookies, the thumbprint cookies, I'm going to make another batch. I'm going to take butter and I'm going to put it in my mixer here, and I love to use my KitchenAid. Let's get our butter going. Okay. Make sure it's room temperature so it can be creaming up, okay? Alright, so we got the butter in and we're letting that cream. We're going to preheat our oven to 375. My oven heats kind of hot, so I'm going to go to 350 on mine, okay? We're going to use electric mixer. We're going to beat this butter up and we're going to add our sugar. And our sugar is going to be 2/3 of a cup of sugar. And this is just about ready. Go a little faster. And I'm going to add my sugar a little at a time. Okay? So it can be cream. The granulated sugar will cream with the butter. We can preheat our oven to 375 while you're doing this and you're letting those two combine. About 2 to 3 minutes. It's going to get light and fluffy, okay? Let's check it. Hasn't been the 2 to 3 minutes yet, but you know, with a mixer you got to put it back down in the middle to make sure it's not spreading it to the edges and not actually mixing. Okay, so it's going. Now, after that, we're going to go another minute, okay? We're going to add our egg yolks and our vanilla extract. So, let's do that. We're going to do 2 egg yolks. So let me separate those out. We're still creaming that granulated sugar. So we just, you know how to separate an egg here. Basically, you're just going to let the white fall off. You're going to keep the yolk. You can use the whites for scrambled eggs or whatever recipes that you still have if you're going to make banana bread or any kind of cakes or anything. It's good for that to keep it keep cooking, okay? So we're going to put our egg yolks in. Okay. Let it go. And I know I'm going to put vanilla. And I'm going to put 1 teaspoon. Use a regular teaspoon here. Of vanilla. Okay. Okay, we're going to get it going. What you're doing right now is the granulated sugar has to disintegrate. So you're giving it that minute or 2 to 3 minutes to get that accomplished. okay? If you do it by hand, it might even take 4 minutes with the hand beater, but this one goes faster, and I think it's going to get it a lot better than us doing it by hand. So we'll give it a check. And basically you want those granulated pieces to be just put right in there, okay? And they have to like almost disappear. And it's pretty good. Okay. Next, we are going to, we put our egg yolks and our vanilla in. Now we're going to add our flour and our salt. Now what do I do with the salt is I'm just going to take half teaspoon, put it in my flour, and then I will mix it a little bit inside the flour. And I'm using white lily flour today, and this is basically a very light flour for breads, donuts, that kind of a flour. So that's what I make my cookies out of. We're going to add a little at a time and mix, okay? Now, this dough is going to form as a ball. And once it forms a ball and you can pick it up, we're going to wrap it in some paper and we're going to put it in the refrigerator to cool for about 30 minutes. So let's get the rest of this flour and a teaspoon of salt combined, okay? And it's going to go ahead and keep making my ball. You're making your own cookie dough base, okay, for your thumbprints. We're going to make nice little round little balls. Then we're going to put that indentation. And then we're going to fill that. You're going to partially bake those. And then you're going to fill them with a lemon curd. If you want to skip this step, buy your lemon curd. If you want to make your own, I make my own fresh. So it's not hard. The hardest part about lemon curd is, now that's a 2 all-purpose flour, okay, Lily White, which is probably the best flour you can buy. The only place I know you can get it, I have friends that go to Tennessee for me to get this, and they bring me back quite a bit when they come back. But you can probably get it at Kroger, but it goes out quickly at Kroger. So let's get that slow and let it get it. Now I've made a batch already. This is going to come into a ball in just a few minutes, and then I'm going to put it in my refrigerator and let it cool. It's got to cool so that you can actually work with it, okay? So basically it's coming down. It's like a dough that you would buy. You know how you buy those doughs from different places, cookie doughs. But I like it when you make it fresh because then you know exactly what ingredients are in it. And I like to make cookies. These are fresh for tomorrow. They're not going to be made for 2 or 3 weeks, okay? So my ball is good. But I do want to show you some cookies, thumbprints that I've done. I've made one batch already. Now I'm making another batch. So just hold on. I'm going to show you how nice they turn out. If the camera can come in. I put them in these cute little boxes for exchange. But the thumbprint, and then you fill it with your lemon curd. You bake it for 8 minutes. Put the lemon curd in the print, the part that you push down, and I'll show you how to do that, okay? And then you put the curd in, put them back in the ovens for 3 to 4 minutes, and then you bake again until it's slightly little bit of brown on the bottom, okay? So when guests come tomorrow, I have these cute little containers to put their cookies in. But and then you sprinkle them with powdered sugar, and then you let them completely cool. Okay, a good 5-6 hours. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning working on lots of different kinds of cookies. People like different kinds. Some people request certain ones, so we're gonna do 3 or 4 today. But through the Christmas next week, we have so many days till Christmas, you know, like 10-12 days left or whatever there is. It'll be cookie baking, pie baking, cake baking, something special for your Christmas festivities that you'll be having. So, okay, what I'm going to do is put this in a ball, and I'll show you. I'm going to let it go another minute here. It's almost ready to go. I'm going to work it right up into a ball. Okay, I think we're good. I'm going to pull it off of the wire here. And I'm going to get some parchment paper. And people say, well, why do you let your dough rest? Or why do you let your dough cool? You let your dough cool so that it's easier to work with, okay? So I'm going to pull my ball right out. There I have it. There's my, and it made it really nice, okay? So I'm just going to form it into a ball like this. I'm going to wrap it in parchment, wax paper, or parchment paper, and I'm going to put it in the refrigerator, and I'll be back in just a few minutes, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to let this rest and cool off, how to make the print, okay? How to do that, and we're going to put them on a cookie sheet, and then I'll show you how to fill them, bake them, and I will finish this lemon thumbprint, okay? See you in a few minutes. Hi y'all, we're back in the kitchen, and we let our dough chill in the the refrigerator for 30 minutes. And then we're going to make round balls, okay? So we lined it with parchment paper, and we're going to put it in our hands. When you're working in the kitchen, wash your hands till they're squeaky clean. That's all you gotta do. Okay, so then we're gonna make these nice little balls. And then I'm gonna show you something, how to make the thumbprint. Now you can fill this with anything that you like in your cookies, okay? I'm filling mine with lemon curd, and I made that fresh today. But you're gonna take your spoon, and you're going to push it down, and you're going to make a print that you can fill. You can fill this full of any type of jam that you like, strawberry, raspberry, okay. It's going to bake. It says 375, but I'm going to do a 350 because my oven runs a little hot, okay? So we're going to push it down, and even if when it's baking, 1.5 inches apart, if your print doesn't stay as deep as you would like it, as soon as they come out, you can take your measuring spoon and go down and indentate it, okay? And I'm using this as a measure so that each of my balls are right around the same size. You don't want one, some big, some small. With this amount of dough that I gave you the recipe, it will give you about 4 to 5 dozen cookies if you're using 1 teaspoon. That makes a nice cookie size, bite-sized cookie. So basically I'm going to fill up this whole tray, and the base of this is similar to a few weeks back I made lemon bars. So it's going to have similar taste, like a shortbread almost, where you don't use the egg whites, you use just yolks this time. And I'm measuring them just so you don't have huge cookie and then a small cookie. And then your bake time wouldn't be right if you don't size them up, okay? So basically I'm going to finish this whole, let me show you again, if the camera can come in, for those people that have never made a cookie like this that you fill. Now you can be real creative and you can fill it with nuts, you know, take pecans and smash them up really fine. You can do lots of cream cheese fillings. You can Google thumbprints cookies, okay? And you can do lots of different kind of flavors. You can do cream cheese, you can do strawberry, raspberry. So basically if they come up, they're not shaped on the edge. Once you push it down, it might have a crack. You can go right back and repair it. I'm going to go finish these and then I'll be right back and I'll show you how to put the lemon curd in. And I'm going to bake these for 8 minutes, but I'm going to finish these and I'll be right back in a couple of minutes. Oh, howdy y'all, we're back again and I have 24 cookies shaped in my thumbprint cookies, and I'm going to take 2 spoons, and it's easy to work with this, just taking the lemon curd. I love lemon cookies, so most people do. You can fill them, like I said, with so many different things. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit of the curd, homemade curd, okay? You can use store-bought curd, and I'm just going to put it down in my indentation. Just put it down in there. And then you're going to bake them for 3 more minutes. Okay? So I will see you when I get back. Hello y'all, we're back in our kitchen and we're going to do snowball cookies that melt in your mouth. And this, I'm going off of this print here. These are those cookies that they take to a wedding. They call wedding cookies. Great holiday treats. Okay, so here's how you do it. 1 cup of unsalted butter. 1 cup is 2 sticks. So you're going to put that in. 5 tablespoons of white granulated sugar. So 5 tablespoons in your mixer. 2 teaspoons of vanilla. 1 teaspoon of sea salt, the fine grained sea salt, okay? You can use table salt if you don't have sea salt, so just 1/4 teaspoon, 1/4, okay? 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Okay, so I use the white lily, so you put 2 cups in. Now you can use any kind of nuts you like. You can use walnuts, pecans. I chose pecans. You can use almonds, walnuts, or pecans. Grind them in a food processor until they are pulverized, like flour, okay? That's what makes these cookies so good, because it's the flour and then you made your flour from your nuts, which makes them very nutty, very, very good, okay? And then you put 2 cups of that, 1.5 cups of confectionery sugar. Now I'm going to put the directions and everything on my site so that you can go and follow word for word of how to do it, all right? You come up with this ball that came out of here. We're using a mixer instead of handheld, okay? We're going to finely chop our nuts before we start, okay? We're going to put this dough, we're going to rest it in the fridge for 45 minutes wrapped in a plastic. Why do we do that? Because it's too soft otherwise to work with. So now it's ready to form. So I'm going to go ahead and form my cookies. Okay, you're gonna roll these cookies because they're gonna be, and I have a silk pad here. So we're just gonna put them on. I have a 1/2 inch measurer here. And I put them 1.5 inches apart, about. They're not going to swell up too much, but okay. And then I'm going to fill this whole tray with probably 24 cookies. And once they come out, they need to cool because these things will absolutely fall apart if you move them too quickly. So let them rest just like the directions say. And you're actually going to sprinkle your, and there's really not too much sugar in the inside. Your powdered sugar is 1.5 cups and it's on the outside. And you're going to sift that powdered sugar and you're going to give it a double dose, okay? 2 times. So you're going to do the once when it comes out, the top, and then you're going to turn them over once they're cool and do it again. These are great tea cookies, okay? If you make hot tea, coffee. They're unusual and different because, like I say, they have the nuts in them. But the nuts are ground so fine that it's like a powder, okay? So you're not going to have a gritty taste. And it's not going to be that chunky taste, but it's going to be a good taste. So I'm going to go ahead and roll these out, and I'll be back with you in a minute. And I'm going to show you, we put them in the oven, and then what we do, how we powder sugar these, and then they're ready to go. See you in a couple minutes. Howdy y'all, we're back again and got our cookies out of the oven. And I have the lemon thumbprint on this side. And I have the Snowball melt in your mouth on this side, but I'm going to powder sugar both. So I'm going to go ahead and just put some, I sifted this already. I'm just going to powder them, powder both of them. Okay, now the melt in your mouth Snowball, like the wedding cookies here on the right side, I'm going to do it twice. So, now the flour, I want to show you the flour bag that I use because it's like cake flour and it's better than your regular just all-purpose flour. I made more cookies than I need for tomorrow. That's fine. It is cookie time and these are freezable. So I wanted to show you how I did this, but here's what it looks like. It's white lily bread flour, and that's what I used, okay? So there's 2 different kinds of cookies, and here they are finished, a dozen each in my containers. But they're so good. If those of you that like lemon, this is your cookie. If you like more of a nutty flavor, I don't know anybody that doesn't like the Snowball, the melt in your mouth ones though. They're just really good, and they do go good with, like I said, a nice pot of tea. So I'm all set for tomorrow. I'm going to clean up my kitchen now and make myself a hot cup of tea. But it's been fun sharing with you, and like I said, I will leave the recipes down below. And I will be doing more cookies and more baking, but I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.